What's going on? What's going on? All right, you know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. I'm your gracious host, A6. We live and direct, live in effect. What's good with y'all? How y'all feeling, man? What's up? How's everybody's weekend? It is Mother's Day today. There's a lot of ladies that were taking out to eat. A lot of ladies were eating good food and all that good stuff, man. Meanwhile, Father's Day, all we get is a goddamn tie. Y'all already know how they do the fathers out here. What's up with y'all, man? Let's check the chat and see what's going on. Joel, what's up, man? How you feeling, Joel? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bad Wolf in the house. Blessings to the Most High. A6 and fellow grind timers. Let's go. Let's go. My man Den's in the house. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Brian B. High Vibes, High Tribe. You already know what time we on, Brian. Cass Luciano. Great to see you here. Of course, we got Lexus in the house. My man Chris Freeman made an appearance. Man, that's what's up. What's good with y'all, man? All right, you know I got a special guest today. He is in the green room. But as usual, I'm gonna run down the things I did see today on social media. I want you guys to be familiar with. What's up, Tony? We got Tony, man. We got a special appearance from Tony up in here, man. That's what's up. We must be blessed today to have Tony in the house. Every time he get on here, we learn something. Yes, indeed, man. So today, I actually did get a chance to check out that Avengers movie, man. Not even the Avengers movie; it was the Doctor Strange movie. Very interesting, man. That movie, if you have not seen it, please go ahead. If you got to go see the matinee during the daytime, please go check that movie out. There's a lot of hidden messages in that movie. I mean, a lot of hidden messages in that movie. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, respectively, because it just came out. We'll talk about the things next week that were in that movie. I'm probably gonna end up seeing it again because, like, dude, I caught like probably 40% of the things that they were conveying because there was a lot of moments where a lot of stuff was happening. But some of the stuff they were saying, it was a subtle hint at everything was actually happening right now. We know how predictive programming works. So indeed, it's 100% put there on purpose. So a lot of us are initiated and we get what's going on. So please, if you have not seen the Doctor, even if you're not a Marvel fan or you're not into superheroes, if you enter this thing we talk about and the esoteric knowledge, you should probably go see that. It also had to do with a lot of magic too. There was a lot of witchcraft and magic in it. So they had sorcerers versus witchcraft, which are two different things people don't understand. So not gonna spoil it. Please go check that out. If you haven't seen yet, you probably need to watch WandaVision first, and you're probably gonna need to watch the What If Marvel What Ifs too, because they have a preface, so you know exactly what's happening. Because there's some people that's gonna pop up if you haven't watched those two. You're not gonna know who they are, and it's pretty important to the storyline. So check those all out, man, if you can. Yes, indeed. All right, let's get to it, man. So there's some things I had saw on Instagram. Let me see here. What are we gonna cover first? Let's cover this first. All right, so everybody's familiar with those things we see in the sky on a regular. So let's look at the actual video from the Simpsons.
Those planes are flying where they belong.
That's right. Over the homes of poor people.
Oh, it's you, Stan. What kind of favor? I abused my CIA powers to make that superstorm.
You made this storm? Lives were destroyed.
Now kiss, you two lovebirds, and put some mustard on it.
Aren't you straight? Yes, but I'm terrified of these people. They can control the weather.
All right, that was I think that was American Dad, and that was The Simpsons. So I mean, again, they put it right in your face. They don't hide anything. It's all right there in your face. It's not even. And the crazy thing is when we see stuff like this, it just we'll laugh and then we'll be like, "Ah, that's crazy," and then we'll keep doing whatever we're doing. But like a lot of us, it doesn't sink in until like later on when you really start to see what's going on, man. 100%. So there you have it. And as far as the two guys or whatever, you draw your own conclusions on that. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. So there you have it, man. I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole, but chemicals do weird things. And a lot of stuff that's happening is a result of chemicals being dropped on neighborhoods. So you can use your imagination for that, but a lot of things you're starting to see out in the public that you did not see before are a direct result of such. So there you have it. So again, it's amazing the things they put in front of you, hoping that they can slip it past you real quick. But people think it's a joke, but it's they're telling you exactly what's going on. Not even trying to hide it. All right, take a look at this real quick right here. This is very interesting because this looks like something that can be used for nefarious purposes also. Now take a look at this. This is how far technology has gone. Now this is on Tyrese's page. I actually saw this week. Take a look at this. Real quick video. It's not long. Let me cut that music. All right. So you saw clearly what that was there. That was a some kind of suit, and it looks like the suit was a whole device that goes over the body that has breasts and everything to make it look like a full-figured woman. Man, technology like this exists, and the amount of things that can be done with that type of technology is just absolutely horrifying. Yeah, that's deep. So I know I saw a few videos of Kamala Harris and Fauci where something weird was going on with their necks. No, I don't know because I don't have any proof of such, but this technology is out there, man. So the things you might see being said on television or what have you might not actually be 100% legit. A skin suit, exactly. Luciano said a skin suit. Yes, and it makes you wonder. These are all like Hollywood special effects, and Hollywood is greatly a part of everything that's going on because a lot of this stuff is deception. And like we saw the Kobe Bryant, excuse me, not the Kobe Bryant, but the what was it? The Will Smith and the Chris Rock smack. And when he smacked him, it just looked completely fake when you watch it in slow motion. And again, a lot of this stuff you're seeing, you're not actually seeing what you think you're seeing. That skin suit thing. This guy right here. That skin suit thing is serious. I mean, it's like it's wild because this actually can happen. They can make a man look just like a woman. I remember back in the day, I had saw there was a news article where there was these two white dudes that were running around robbing banks, and they had black masks on. There were synthetic black people masks they had on, and they were running around robbing. They actually got caught somehow. I didn't even remember how the article went when they got caught. But they actually had synthetic masks that looked like dark-skinned black dudes, and these dudes were like straight white dudes with bald heads. It was crazy. But that type of stuff, man, what? This stuff exists, man. That's crazy. So, yeah. All right, let's move on, man. 'Cause we talk about that kind of stuff all the time, man. And then you start talking about psyops and things that were on the news, man. You talk about George Floyd and all that stuff, you just cannot believe everything you see on television. 100%. All right. Let me see. Now, these are books that were omitted from the Bible. We talked about this also. They said there's some books that you're not supposed to be able to read because they were purposely hidden for, again, nefarious purposes. So let's go through this. This is on Unanswered Universe's channel on Instagram. So if you do want to subscribe and check out a lot of that stuff, which a lot of that stuff is fire, I would highly recommend doing so. Now check this out.
Did you know that there was 10 books that were removed from the Bible that if you taught them or owned them, you could be killed? Get your pens and paper out because these are the books you could be lynched for owning today. The Gospel of Mary the Magdalene, the Gospel of Philip, the Gospel of Thomas, and the Tale of the Twin, the Book of Enoch, the Secret Book of James, the Apocalypse of Paul, Letter of Peter to Philip, the Apocalypse of Peter, the Gospel of Truth, and Gospel of the Egyptians. Are you ready to have your mind blown?
Yes, sir. We had Dion the Hebrew on here that told you guys, a lot of those books that were removed, they can be obtained. You know what I mean? But a lot of these books and stuff like that were removed, they had a lot of teachings about the Nephilim and things like that, and the giants and extraterrestrials, what they would call UFOs. A lot of this stuff was in those books that were removed, as well as a bunch of other things too. They do not want you to be talking about. So, I mean, if you're interested in that kind of thing, the books are out there. You could definitely find them. But the modern day Bible that we have here has been gutted, man. Like literally, there's a bunch of books missing out of the modern day Bible, and people will run around and quote the Bible here and there, and a lot of that stuff is factual. But what they don't know is a lot of the things that they are leaving out were purposely omitted. I have a friend of mine, and he's always basically quoting the Bible, and I'm like, well, a lot of the Bible's books were taken out before it was brought overseas. And he's like, what you mean? I said, oh yeah, bro. There's a whole lot of books that are missing out of the Bible. Lessons that you're supposed to know are absent from that bad boy. So that's something else to teach. And then if you look at how churches, anybody who's been to church, I know a lot of us indigenous, what you would call black people, have been to church. And the way those churches cover those, they never read the Bible straight through. It's always random excerpts. You know what I mean? So the way they cover the Bible is instructional, I believe, too. They're actually instructed on how they're able to talk about the Bible. Again, when you take benefits and privileges from the United States corporation, you pretty much fall under that guise. You have to, in order to have those that trust they have, where they don't have to pay any taxes or even file. There's a certain way you have to conduct your business in order to maintain those benefits. So there you have it. There's that part. All right, now we also, this other video I'm gonna share, I think this might be the last one. Wait a minute, hold on. There's one more article I'm gonna show you guys. And this one's gonna fall. Actually, I'm gonna wait to get my man Cannon Hotep on here too. So before we cover that one, I want to cover this one video right here. So we talked about the life grid and how animals are all on the life grid, and we talked about the experiment that happened over in I think it was China or Japan, where they actually had the monkeys that were on the beach, and the monkeys they actually had a bunch of mangoes they had put and rolled around inside of the sand to see how the monkeys would react. And we discussed this before. So the monkeys, the older ones, would just continue um to eat these melons or what have you with the sand on them. The younger ones, when they bit into them and they tasted the sand crystals, they wanted to figure out a way to eat these mangoes or what have you without sand on them. So what the younger ones learned how to do was they walked them over to the beach to the water and they washed them off first. And then when they bit them, they didn't have sand on them. So when they all did this technique, the younger ones continued to use this technique and showed the older ones how to use it. But the older ones continued to eat the melons and the mangoes with sand on them. So it's like, is there a generational, what am I trying to say? Like an evolution of the mind, or is it like a grid that once a new consciousness is born, there's a higher level of the grid they're on? It's questionable, but I will say this: animals are on a completely different grid than we're on. And they're more in tune, I would say, with the planet and Earth and just everything overall. So let's take a look at how intelligent this dog is right here. Look at this. All right. So if you can't see, I know the screen was kind of small. If you guys can't see what just happened, there was a child that was over there playing near the little fountain or what have you. Actually, it was two children. So the dog pulls the boy away from the fountain because the boy's about to fall in the fountain trying to get the ball back. He walks over to the fountain, pulls him away from the fountain over to a safe area, walks over to the fountain and grabs like a thing you grab debris out of the pool with and gets the ball out of the fountain, puts the little stick down and takes the ball over to the child. That's insane. I've seen animals do some pretty interestingly intelligent things. So I mean, there's a grid, man. I'm telling you, there's another grid. But the whole purpose of the 6G and the 5G thing is to grab hold and make a grid that can be controlled in order to basically control the collective consciousness. That's the whole purpose of that Neuralink. Also, they're trying to Elon Musk, Mr. Hero, is actually designing, I believe, with Bill Gates. So it all comes back to that, man. So these are things that are actually happening. But that grid, there's already an Earth grid here, and the pyramids are perfectly aligned with it. Let me get back. Oh man, y'all talking? Look, we gonna go there later on. Y'all talking about Kevin Samuels in the chat. We'll go there later. All right, so I want to bring you guys to my man. I've known him for a very long time. Great dude, very adept at the Second Amendment. He knows his rights and all that thing. I want to bring on to the live stream my man Cannon Hotep. What's up with you, Camo?
What's up, yo? Long time. What's up, my man?
It's been a minute, yo. It's been a minute, bro. Tell me what's been up to, man.
Nothing, man. You know how it is, grinding out here trying to get this paper in this in Joe Biden's America. You know how it go.
Yeah, we all know what you're talking about, man. The grind don't stop, man. Every
Never
day
stop.
is another dollar. Yes, sir.
Never stop.
Yes, sir. But yo, I wanted to show you something right here. I actually saw. No, this article is old, but it was brought to my attention. This is an article from 2018. Now, I'd heard about this kind of technology. Let me know if you know anything about it, though. So this is, to me, seems like a clear Fourth Amendment violation. All right. Now, take a look at this right here. This is on the Truth About Guns Fourth Amendment watch, basically. So Michigan police use thermal imager to search car for firearm. Man. So look at this right here. They actually have a device they can look inside your car, or what have you, or your personal conveyance, your automobile, your vehicle, whatever you're using it for, and they can find out if you have an arm in your car from this device. All right. So it says a police officer in Michigan has used a thermal imaging device to locate a firearm in the trunk of a suspect's car. Police received a report of shots fired at a Saginaw restaurant. And it says a nearby Saginaw Township police officer who was leaving Covenant Healthcare received the suspect vehicle description and stopped the vehicle on Woodbridge near Cooper. Garreau said when city police pulled up, Garreau saw a new thermal, Jerome, Jesus, I can't read for shit today. Garreau said a new thermal imaging device was used and detected what appeared to be a firearm in the trunk of the silver rental car. So he had a rental car with it. And it says, given that the officer reportedly had a description of the suspect, it can be plausibly argued that he had probable cause to search the vehicle. The imaging device then detected the heat signature of the recently fired weapon. So this isn't a gun detector and wouldn't reveal the cold concealed firearm. Now there's this. Let's go down. All right, let me see if I can pull this video up. Hold on. This is Sword. Okay. Oh, this is not what this. I don't think this is it right here. I'm not sure. That must be an ad or something like that. Yeah, that's an ad. I don't know what that's all about. But that's not related to what we're talking about. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. What the hell was that? All right, so you know how they put the little ads in the article. All right, so it says, assuming this thing isn't vaporware, a cynic could think up all kinds of ways something like the sword could be misused. Police officers could use it as a stealthy way around the Fourth Amendment protections. Criminals could use it to make sure no one in the store is armed before committing a robbery, or to target someone who is before they do. We're living in interesting times. What do you know about that, man? You ever heard of that?
That's the first time I heard about that.
That's crazy.
So it's a thermal imager, but you would have to have a heat signature, right, for it to catch it?
That's what they say, but I mean, this was 2018, and let's be 100% honest. Technology advances in leaps and bounds every year.
That's like a fucking portable MRI scanner or some shit.
I'm telling you, man, it's not a game out here. And it's like, yo, what if you're just coming from the, you know what I mean? What if you're just coming from the range or something like that?
Yeah.
You know, and you got some stuff in your car, and they just use that to detect whatever for whatever reason. They're not supposed to be, because we know, let's be honest, not all law enforcement is 100% on the up and up. You have some corruption in law enforcement, right?
Yeah, we already know that, bro.
Exactly. We live in Baltimore, for instance. So with that said, what if this technology is used to just completely piss on somebody's rights? What if a guy's just coming down from the range or something like that, and this technology is used for whatever reason nefariously? He's pulled out of his car is searched, and let's say he has ammunition all over the place in the car, and he gets arrested for that. You know, here in Baltimore, we got some stupid ass laws. You got to have the ammo separate from what is it, the arm from the magazine.
Yeah.
They got to be in different compartments. A lot of people play on the safe side. They'll put the arm in the front of the car, and they'll put the magazine in a different box in the trunk, and then the ammo in a different box. So you got everything in 3 boxes, which is not helpful because the criminals don't give a flying fuck about any of the laws, and they'll have all that shit all together in a glove box to rob somebody.
Yeah, all day. I mean, that's the thing, right? So in a perfect world, everything looked good on paper. You know what I mean? You would think like, okay, well, if the police, they pull me over and they see I got a gun, they'll see that it's registered to me and then there won't be no harm. But that's not always the case. They're always looking for, they fish for a lot of stuff, especially when you're in the age of red flag laws. You know what I mean? Let's just say you get a little feisty with the police officer and they see that you got a gun in the car. Next thing you know, your due process out the window because they could be like, up, red flag. We got, this guy's irate. We need to take him into custody, take his gun, and then he can, fight this later. You know what I mean? That's the dangerous, slippery slope that's there. That's scary. That's scary. You know what I mean? Because like I said, for a thermal imager, you need a heat signature. And I don't think a gun putting out a heat signature unless you fired it.
Mhm.
So that means that this is using some other technology that can actually basically scan, your person to see what you got on you. And where does it stop? Would it stop with guns? You know what I mean? If you got gold on you or whatever,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Something valuable in your pocket, $1,000 iPhone somebody might want.
Mhm.
It doesn't stop there,
100%. I agree with that, man. And then let alone, to be a criminal now, you literally have to have the most up-to-date cunning technology to stay ahead of the game. Like the way these Mercedes and these Volkswagens and these Audis and all these German cars are built now, you literally have to have software to steal these cars. Like you can't just get in there and wire 2 wires together and put this wire over here and jump power and then get that bad boy started like it's the 90s anymore. You literally have to have software to be able to get these cars started and take them. So with that said, the technology is going to keep stepping ahead. And at what point, like they said in the article, does this technology become something that they can use to their advantage? So you might even have something where they can detect lead. Like what if they can detect gunpowder or something, or lead or something like that? And there's a criminal's about to go in a bank or something. You'll hit that bad boy with the scanner real quick, man, before we run up in this restaurant or run up in this bank. Boom, all right, ain't nobody armed. Cool, we gonna run up in there and take everything. Or boom, check this out. It is a guy that's in there, for whatever reason, security guard or something like that. He's concealed carrying or whatever. Most of them open carry here. Like, boom, we going to identify him, take him out, go ahead and get busy. Or if it's even another place that arms are allowed, like, boom, 2 people in their arm, just buying some food or something like that. Them
Right.
dudes run in there, take them 2 dudes out real quick. Them guys, they've even had a chance to see what was going on because this technology was used for the wrong purpose. This is
Yeah.
the slippery slope, like you said, we continue to climb when we allow infringements like this.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just more, in my opinion, it's more overreach because they're going to buy it. They're they're militarizing the police already. They've done it in a lot of places. So why not? They're going to give these, you already hear them talking about, funding the police after they, campaign on defunding the police. Now they want to give police more overreach, So we're going to see that happening. The jurisdiction said can afford whatever the fuck that is, sword. They'll have it.
Yeah.
They'll give it to their gun trace task force. Remember here in Baltimore where they was planting fake guns on people or planting guns on people.
Yeah, there's a lot of police that went to jail for that too, man.
Whole lot of police went to
Yeah,
jail for that shit.
If anybody remembers that, man, in Baltimore here, there was police planting guns, planting drugs. A lot of police went to jail for that too. I think it was in the Western District, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the Western District. They had a big sting operation. The feds had to get involved, and there was a lot of police that went to jail. And check this: the cam footage these mofo's had clearly caught these people putting drugs on people. Like, yo, y'all know y'all got cameras on, right? Y'all wearing cameras doing this? I hate to see what they was doing when the cameras weren't available. Yo, they fucking around, put a nuke in your trunk. Like, you know what, motherfucker? hold this nuke. Like, oh,
Right.
it's crazy out here,
Right.
man.
You know
But
what I mean?
that,
Sprinkle some crack on them. You
this
know
is
what I mean?
Dave Chappelle, shoot him dead and sprinkle some crack on him real quick. You know, like, hey, that's insane to me, though, man. Like, dude, it is crazy. Like you mentioned, the red flag laws. For those of you who aren't familiar, they have red flag laws here, where if somebody reports you or something like that, they can actually come and take all your arms.
Yeah. Yeah. We
That's
had a guy
crazy.
die. We had a guy. It was a guy that got killed in Savannah Park,
I
Ben
heard about
Bernie
that.
over that.
Yeah,
Just
I heard
because
about
one
that.
of his family members just didn't like the fact that he had a bunch of guns, and she reported him to the police. You know, they went to go see about it, confiscate him. He said no. Now he what Patrice O'Neal say, he no longer with us long before he's supposed to be no longer with us.
Yep.
You know, over stuff like that.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. So yeah, there you have it, man. But a lot of that stuff is just way too much, man. So how do you feel about this case about to come through in June, man, with the Supreme Court? They're about to rule whether or not shall issue states are unconstitutional.
See, that's the thing, right? So Maryland's one of those may issue states. You feel me? So I got a concealed carry here, you know, but the shit that I had to go through to get it, nobody should have to go through that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's a whole process you got to go through with it, man.
It's a ridiculous process, a 16-hour class, and then after that, that's $500 fucking dollars.
Yep.
And then after that, you got to submit that shit to the state police because the courts don't do it. The police here do it. Then you got to wait 90 days for somebody to review your shit. It's like trying to work for the feds. Then after they review your shit, then you got to go into an interview with another state police officer. After you do that, then they might give it to you.
Yep.
If you know, quote unquote, have a good and substantial reason, you know, which I would assume, you know, protecting my life is a good and substantial fucking reason for carrying a gun. You know what I mean?
Not to them.
They relegated to business owners. Like, why does
business
my
owners,
fucking
ex-police, I think.
Yeah.
Police, of course. What are they? Corrections officers.
Yeah.
What's the other one too? That's some other ones. Or you have to literally have just got whopped upside your head.
Yeah. You got like somebody threaten your life.
Yeah.
And even then they only give you a temporary.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what makes my fucking $800 iPhone or $1,500 iPhone different from somebody else's $1,500 iPhone? You know what I mean? And then you have you know, other states that are made issue, and it's just basically like, yeah, you can do all this shit, pay for all this stuff, but we can still say no.
Right.
Now, this case, New York, was it New York Pistol and Rifle Association versus Brewer? Man, this is a pivotal case.
Yes, it is.
Because if it goes in favor of the 2A, all these may issue states gonna have to rewrite their shit.
I'm in favor. I'm in favor, to be honest with you, Cannon. I'm in favor of open carry. Like, you know, I don't know how you feel about it, but to me, rock the joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let everybody know what it is. If everybody open carry, and I think crime was severely reduced, man.
Hey, an armed society is a polite society, bro.
That's
you
facts.
Feel me? Now, in Maryland, the concealed carry is no longer concealed carry. It is just wear and carry, period. Yeah. So I can open carry if I decided to.
It's too much heat on you, though, if you do.
Exactly. So me personally, I don't open carry because, you know, I don't want the police to, because a lot of police honestly don't know the fucking rules.
A lot of police don't know the Constitution. Let's
they
talk
don't
about
know none of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you got these, you know, these young boys out here that think they going to rob you for your shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like, I just keep my shit concealed. I make sure nobody can see that shit. You know what I mean? During the weekday, I carry a 43X. You know what I mean? Nice little slim line. I got the little shield arms joint with the, you know, carry 15. On the weekends, I got a Hellcat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The Hellcat is nice. I actually held that bad boy, man.
Yeah, it's a good ass. If I did, like, because I have a DC carry permit as well. So if it was, and a lot of people don't know, DC is shall issue, yo.
It is now. After what was that case?
Heller.
Heller. That Heller
so
case.
DC. Once I found that shit, I went and got my DC. But in DC, I got to register the gun that I'm gonna carry. And since I work in DC a lot, traveling through, I put my 43X on there before I had the Hellcat. So now I got to go register the Hellcat there. So that's why I carry the 43X for work.
Yeah.
But regardless, this shit, wear and carry should be just like your fucking driver's license.
Yes, it did.
You should only need one from your state or whatever state you got one in, and that should be good for all 50 states. Period. Full stop.
Mm-hmm. The Constitution says shall not be infringed.
Shall not be infringed. And the thing about it is, and I like to think, and sometimes I think they know better, yo. They just want to keep pushing these bullshit talking points. You know what I mean? They know that criminals don't give a shit about gun laws.
But here's the thing. I got something very interesting for you to take a look at. I don't know if you heard of this, but you might want to talk about this on your channel too. So check this out right here. This happened just last year, all right, October 26, 2021. Baltimore County police officer facing federal indictment for allegedly seeking and accepting bribes in exchange for falsely certifying the completion of firearms training required to obtain a handgun.
Really?
Also allegedly false certified the completion of training to obtain a permit for a wear and carry firearm. All right.
Was he registered? Was he registered to do the shit? If he's registered to do the shit, how's it false? How's it false?
Yeah, let's read. Baltimore, Maryland, a federal grand jury today returned the indictment charging William R. Johnson, age 32, of Baltimore, Maryland, for federal charge of honest services, wire fraud, and alleging seeking and accepting bribes and kickback to falsely certify the applicants for Maryland handgun qualifying license, HQLs, which here, if you guys don't know what a HQL is, in order to have an arm legally, quote unquote, you have to have a handgun qualification license. All right.
It's the dumbest shit in the world.
Yes, it is. And wear and carry permit. So not only do you have to have an HQL before you can go to a store and purchase an arm, you also have to go and get a CCW in order to carry that arm loaded out the door on your hip.
Yep.
Had completed the required training. Johnson is expected to have an initial appearance in the U.S. District Court of Baltimore tomorrow, October 27, 2021 at 3:45 p.m. The indictment was announced by United States Attorney for the District of Maryland, Eric L. Barron, Special Agent in charge, Thomas J. Sabasinski. I think I did pretty good with that. Of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Baltimore Field Office, and Chief Melissa R. Hyatt of the Baltimore County Police Department. So yes, Melissa Hyatt is the lady I actually wrote that letter to. I told you guys about the right to travel. So we talk about a lot of stuff on this channel, Cannon, including I don't know if you've heard the right to travel and things like that. We talk about all that stuff on here. So
they said Melissa Hyatt with the state police.
Yeah, she's one of the ones who were basically up on it pretty much. So she had to provide most of the information to help out.
That's interesting.
Indeed.
I feel like that's who interviewed me for my shit.
Miss Melissa Hyatt was the one who interviewed you?
I feel like that was her name.
Get out of here.
This was crazy. Like what, 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow.
So I don't know if she was in that position then, but I could be wrong.
So you think it was a situation where maybe somebody had to fall on the sword?
Man, listen, I don't know. That's I don't know. That's weird. Like, I don't know. They just see, this is the thing, right? So some people that I know was telling me that Maryland has been denying people their CCWs in protest almost to this whole situation going on in New York. Right?
Wow.
Because Maryland, if they deny you for any reason, you can't reapply.
What? I didn't hear
that. Yeah, I didn't know that either. So like a lot of people saying, yo, they deny me. They deny me. So I guess they're trying to deny these people. So if that law does pass, they don't have to certify those people, which is weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
but
absurd.
Maryland, they don't want shall issue here. They don't want it.
Nope.
You know what I mean? It's what's the word? It's not politically feasible to have shall issue in Maryland. Period. That's why you don't see Hogan trying to change any of it. He know better. He know
Hogan's
that if
a rhino.
He's 100% a rhino. But you don't see him trying to change any of that, and you won't see him trying to change any of that. You know what I mean? If you want to keep his place in his, as the governor. But this could very well be something where people are falling on the sword for this, yo. I don't know, because like if he's registered or he's a certified instructor, how is he illegally doing it?
Well, let's continue with the article. See what it says here. All right. Johnson, who joined the Baltimore County Police Department in August 2008, became a narcotics detective February 18th, 2014. Johnson obtained a qualification handgun instructor certificate QHIC from Maryland State Police on
Okay.
April
Yep.
29, 2019. In order to purchase, rent, or receive a handgun in Maryland, residents must have a handgun qualification license. To obtain the HQL, the applicant must be at least 21 years old and complete 4 hours of instruction by qualified handgun instructor, including classroom training, a firearms orientation, and a live fire exercise in which the applicant safely shoots the weapon. Similarly, to obtain the license to wear and carry a firearm, referred to as wear and carry permit or CCW, residents must have completed the Maryland State Police firearms training course within 2 years of submitting a new or renewal application. In addition, the applicant must undergo a minimum of 16 hours
Yes.
of instruction for the initial CCW application and a minimal of 8 hours of instruction for renewal CCW application, which is administered by a qualified handgun instructor. Part of the training course for obtaining a CCW is firearms qualification exercise, which the applicant must shoot a specific course, scoring at least 70% accuracy to demonstrate their proficiency in use of the firearm.
Yep.
According to the 6-count indictment of May 2019 through September 2021, Johnson solicited and accepted bribes and kickbacks paid through interstate electronic funds transfer services like Venmo, Cashapp, and Zelle from applicants seeking HQLs and CCWs in exchange for Johnson falsely certifying to the Maryland State Police that the applicant had completed the training required by law. There you have
He's a goddamn hero.
it.
He's a goddamn hero.
Interesting.
You had to sit there and go through a fucking 4-hour class where they just tell you to keep your fucking finger off the trigger, don't point it at somebody, and then you sit there and you shoot fucking 5 rounds.
Yep.
5 fucking rounds, if I'm not mistaken. It was a 25. No, I had to shoot 25 for my CCW.
But check
He was
this
just
out,
like,
though.
here. It's
Check
arbitrary.
this part out, though. Here's what I want you to know. Actually, further down in the article, he was only taking bribes from people he knew. So it wasn't even random people. It was people he knew.
Because he wasn't trying to get caught up. Like, and I mean, unfortunately, he got caught up. But like, you know what I mean? That's what you do for people you know. Hey, yo, I got you. If I know you, Tony, and you good, and I know you shoot, we go to the range all the time together. I know you proficient. Why the fuck am I gonna make you sit through a 4-hour class with me and then fucking have you shoot 5 rounds just to fucking sign a piece of paper for you to submit to the state police?
I kind of agree, but I kind of don't, because here's the thing about it.
Mhm.
The whole entire thing with the law and all that stuff is complete bullshit. We know that for a fact.
Oh yeah,
But to me, it
100%.
looks like the people who know him are being rewarded, and the people who don't have the luxury of knowing him can exercise their rights with impunity.
But that's the thing. So if let's just say he did go with somebody, he did start doing this for other people, right? And then he turned somebody down, right? They snitch.
Right.
Then you got, look at the tag and title here in Maryland. You already know how that shit go.
Yeah, tag and title's crazy.
Until somebody snitch on him or get the tag and title shit caught up. Now that he closed down, I guess that's what he was trying to avoid. But other than that, man, listen, the HQL thing is completely arbitrary. All this shit, people, is just so they can deter you from wanting to get a fucking firearm.
Yep.
That's all it's for. You got to pay $150 to go to an HQL class. Then you got to pay another $60 to get your fingerprints. Then you got to pay another $10 to the state police. Then they give you a little card saying, okay, here you go. You can buy a handgun. Then after you buy the handgun, you got to wait 8 days before you can pick your fucking handgun up because you got to go through another background check.
Yep. It's a NICS check. Yeah, it's a NICS and a police.
Yeah.
Police.
So
you got to do 2 checks. One through the police force and one through the NICS.
Yeah, NICS come back 20 minutes. Maryland, you got to wait 8 fucking days. They say 7 days, but you can pick it up on the 8th day. So I just say 8 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then for the CCW, it's fucking like $400 to $500 to go to that class.
Yep.
It's 16 hours. Who got 16 hours to go to a CCW class? People got to work.
Yep.
You know what I mean? After your 16 hours, then again, you got to do your $60 for your fingerprints. You got to get a fucking passport photo. Then you got to fill this fucking novel.
Yeah.
Just to fucking submit to the state police so they can even consider you.
Yep.
to get your HQR because you still not guaranteed to get it. You know what I mean? It's just arbitrary. They want to make the red tape. They want to make these fucking these rules and all of this shit so unpalatable that you just say fuck it.
All right, let me catch up to some of these comments, man. We so far behind. Jeez, we are far behind. All right. Tony says Obama is playing Biden. That's insane. I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Let's put it that way.
I wouldn't be either, yo, because somebody doing something. They weekend at Bernie's and his ass.
Right. Cash says that's what some people think Biden wears. Okay, yeah. Simping is dangerous these days. You said that. Oh my gosh. We've had skin suits since the 90s. Yeah, but I've only seen skin suits like used in like Mission Impossible and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, it's been there 100%. If Hollywood had it, they had it.
Oh yeah.
Super Slide was going in earlier about Kevin Samuels reading. Y'all want to talk about Kevin Samuels? 5013C nonprofit. Yep, that's it right there. That's the trust. Kevin Samuels is a joke. I know, but AKT not. Kanan versus Dang homie packs heat. Nice ice. That a kid. Yeah, my man. He real back there, man. Ain't that right?
Yeah. Ain't no airsoft back behind me.
My man get busy over there. Yes, sir. The new police cars got this can detect aluminum of a gun in less than 3 miles. Shit. Cali already using this technology. It's going to be Cali, Baltimore, and New York. They're going to be the 3 people in Chicago. They're going to be the 4 joints using this technology. And a lot of people are going to get hemmed up for just trying to protect themselves.
I just came back from Cali. For a hunting trip.
Yeah.
I took my bow because I was like, man, I could take my rifle, right. But I ain't getting stuck at that. They ain't going to arrest me because I come in here with a shotgun.
Yeah. After that, man, you take a bow, whatever, you'd be good with that. I wouldn't even listen. And if anybody's watching us from Cali, I don't got no problem, no Californians. But I am not going to California, y'all. It's too much going on over there, man.
Bro, I couldn't afford to live there, bro. Huh? I went to their Walmart and I was like, oh Jesus, oh no, I got to get back to the East Coast where it's safe.
Just a pack of gum was like $20. Like, yo, what?
Bro, yo. So I was like, shit, I need some toiletries, right? Because you can't take the shit on the airplane.
Yeah.
So like, fuck it, I'm gonna get it when I go to Cali. I get to the Walmart out there. The toiletry joint was like $3 here.
Nah.
$12 motherfucking dollars out there, bro.
Nah, don't say it.
$12, yo. Not to mention gas was damn near $7 when I had to fill up the rental.
Ooh,
bruh. It's bad out there. When they say it's communist, Joe, it's communist out there, yo. It's crazy.
But Maryland, it's coming for Maryland, bro.
Oh, yeah. I'm assuming I just paid $6 a gallon to fill up my F-350.
I'm telling you, bro, it's coming, bro. It's right around the corner, man. What's interesting? I told people 4 years ago, nobody listened to me. They gave me the fluoride stare. All right. I told people 4 years ago, yo, Maryland is turning into California, yo. If you got a house or something like that, hold on to that bad boy until 4 years or at least 5-6 years is up, because it's going to be Cali over here. And when that happens, the housing value is going to go all the way up, because that's what happened to California. A shack in California is about like a 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Yep. I've seen it. I've literally seen it on different housing internet image searches.
Yeah, I drove past some of them shits. And you're right, because look at this shit now with BlackRock up here buying up all these properties. They try and make a class of renters.
Mm-hmm.
And now people, like, when they try and go buy a house, people offering $30,000-$40,000 above asking.
Yep.
For their houses.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Shit getting crazy out here, people.
Yep. And guess who owns that BlackRock company?
You already know who that is.
China.
All day.
Yes, indeed.
I'll let you say that on your channel.
we get busy in here. Tony,
my man,
says,
Hotep Jesus in the building.
Hotep Jesus in here?
Yeah,
that's what's up. Yo, Tony Ronell says it's a wrap in 2023. Oh, hell yeah, we already know, man. The Agenda 2030 is what the goal is, man. That's the goal. Dan T-Jan, have to be radiographed, not just aluminum. Most are stainless steel. All the street hustlers already know about this stash box game. That stash box game tired though, man. Yeah, that stash box game was dead right around, I would say 2001, 2002. When they start figuring out what codes to press on your radio to get that stash box to pop up, that was it for the stash box. lead containers, sheets and shelves, undefeated low tech.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the polymer compounds in the Glock, SIGs, ARs. My man said hack the key fob. He talking about the cars. Baltimore jail is in the middle of the damn city. Yes, it is. They got one of them. Yeah, one of them is. They got a few of them around though.
Yes, a
But yeah,
few
one of
around the
them is.
main one. Supermax is downtown.
Yeah, Supermax is downtown, and then there's Hagerstown that's not. What's that? Like an hour and a half away from there? Or
Shit, like 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Biden didn't run on defund the police. He took the moderate stance, not the liberal one.
Toward the end, what he said, he just used a word salad. He just used a word salad. He didn't outright say defund the police. He said reallocation of funds, which is just a word salad for defund the police.
Mm-hmm. You got that link. Tony asked you for a link. They still got the chain gang out there. Black and white striped jail suits. The cannabis dealers put me on messaging through Telegram. Yo, you need to holler at me, man. I got some shit for you. Don't forget Chicago. They were planning automatic guns in the inner city. Ex-gang member spoke about it. Listen, I done heard 5 different stories, one of from which somebody lived in Chicago that said they came outside and they found crates of guns on the train tracks. This one guy said, read an article. This is not even an article. It was I think this guy was in one of these chat rooms. It might have been Reddit or something like that. But guy says he goes out there right to the train tracks and there's an open train, like the back is open.
Yeah.
And he looks inside the train and he starts taking the caps off of the crates. And there was a bunch of fully automatic weapons in that bitch. So he's like,
sound like
crazy.
Fast and the Furious to me, bro.
Yo, listen, bro, it's not a game out here. Listen. So the dude takes the arm, right, and takes it down to the police station. And he tells him, yo, I'm showing you. Actually, he doesn't take it straight to the police station. He calls them first to tell him what's going on. And then they come out and he's like, yo, this was right here outside of a train track, right down not too far from here. So they like, yo, where'd you get this? Why do you have this? Huh? You want to go to jail today? You want to go to jail? And they just start like pressing them. Like, look, I tell you what, I'm gonna take this and you get the hell out of here and don't never come back. And he said, yo, when he came back out there the next day, that motherfucker was still sitting out there and the crate that was open was closed. So they obviously put that shit back in there. So whatever shit they got going on down there, man, they putting a lot of these arms out in these neighborhoods, bro. These fully automatic arms, and these kids is getting them.
They want us to take care of ourselves, bro. They want us to take care of ourselves. They want us to off ourselves. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's a fact right there. We know that for a fact. And then on top of that, the medical industry is big business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The prison industry is big business.
Yeah.
It's all owned. It's strings being pulled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all day.
So that's all part of it. You know, you get these guns, clap each other to death. You know what I mean? Create more beef, more people shooting each other. Property value goes down. You know
more
what I
drill
mean?
Music.
You already know how they play, man.
Yeah. But but I'm telling you, bro. So I don't think I'm kind of feeling optimistic with the Supreme Court ruling, only because of how they ruled with Roe v. Wade. Not saying I agree with it, but they got real aggressive with that.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, if they got aggressive with this shit, and if they let Thomas write this opinion, we could see a change in the 2A for the better.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that because they said in June, right? I think June is when they're supposed to rule on it. But I feel like we're gonna start seeing more and more because you saw what they're doing now. Now they can't really push the whole white man AR-15 shit.
Nope.
You see what they've been doing now, right? The Sacramento shit with the nigga shit that happened out there with the dudes with the switches on the Glocks. You know what I mean? And then what was the other one that happened? Shit. I can't remember the other one that happened like a week later. They're gonna start pushing that. They're gonna start looking at black on black crime shit to try to push their agenda. They're gonna have to use that to try to shut some of this 2A shit down. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because during COVID, I'm sorry, during the COVID base,
the pandemic,
during the base. Yeah, I mean, during the base, they how many more gun owners happened?
Oh man,
you know what I mean?
There was a surge.
It was a surge is saying it nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now they're seeing that like shit. Like now this is more gun ownership is more common. It's gonna be a lot harder for us to push this rhetoric. So now they're gonna start using. I think they're gonna start using black on black crime as their new base, and then we're gonna see another fucking crime bill happen. Crime bill 2.0 coming. I'm telling you.
Let's hope not. All right, Tony says all your bank info and other info is tied to the phones now. Apple Pay, electronic wallets. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
With this court, 2A is winning. That's what I said, Joe. Listen. Thomas, I'm telling you, man, they tried to take that man out, bro.
Oh yeah, he was sick for a minute, right?
They tried to take that man out, bro.
They thought he was on his way out, right?
Yep. They was hoping.
They was already about to write rest in peace. They were ready to write an obituary for that man and everything. He bounced back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah, they didn't want her. They was pissed she got in, yo.
Yeah.
Then says tyrants cracking down on the ghost arms. All states are open carry, constitutional carry, concealed bill going through in New England. New England what? Overturned Terry versus Ohio. The reach to place hands upon.
Yeah.
Check this out, man. In Maryland, right? If y'all are from Maryland and y'all watching this, the bill is called HB 1206. All right, you got to call your representatives and tell them to push that bad boy through. That is the bill for constitutional carry here in Maryland. So if you're interested in constitutional carry, please reach out to your people and let them know what time you want. All right. Carl says it's crazy how a state can give you a permission slip to carry a legal firearm you own. Ain't that some crazy shit? Like what? You know what I mean? Like. All it really is doing is calling off their military, telling their military not to arrest you or harass you and shit. That's all it really is, because you can literally do it. Yeah, but nobody want to deal with the ramifications from walking around without that slip. You know what I mean? You walk around, go to jail for just trying to protect your family.
Yeah, dude. There's been times I walked out the door like shit, my wallet, and the only reason is like I ain't turn around is because I turned around because I need that fucking card in my pocket. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, like, yeah, you're right. Like, constitutional carry would be amazing here. You know what I mean? Just period. National reciprocity. Period. Full stop.
Yeah.
And every time there was, like, I know a couple of times when that shit was on the floor in Congress, some fucked up shit happened. Ironically, out of nowhere, some treadstone shit. We like to call it. You know what I mean? Some treadstone shit happened, and then next thing you know, that shit never passed.
Yep. That's facts. Yeah, every time, man. It's always some kind of conveniently placed distraction, psychological operation. You know what I mean? All that stuff. Indeed. Create a gun trust. My man is talking about the private side. Yeah, that's for the private, bro.
First of all, Tony, lower your voice. Lower your voice.
Right, yo, that's for the private all day long, man. We dealing in the public right now, man. We dealing in the public. Trombley says, I open carry in Michigan with my level 4 ballistic vest out in the public with my son to teach him that we have rights in this nation. Yes, indeed.
I hear you. I carry my vest in my truck.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I would literally fuck around and walk around with a fucking you know what I mean, rifle strapped to my back.
Matter of fact, I don't know if
everybody was like,
that's my level 3 right there behind Bane.
Nice.
You know
that's
what I mean?
Fire. I mean, that setup is dope over there, man.
Yeah, and I keep a Safe Life level 3+ in my truck.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Yeah.
Then says the DEA agent shooting himself with a Glock 40 is all you need to see. That is a complete violation of the Bill of Rights, Second Amendment to the Constitution. Well, here's the thing. That's facts. We know that. But the problem with that is these courts ain't constitutional courts. These are administrative courts. Exactly. They operate off of procedures pretty much. They operate off of codes, statutes, and all that other stuff. None of these courts are constitutional.
Right.
But there is no common law anymore. The common law is gone because the gold and silver was taken in 1933. So we don't even have common laws anymore to plead the Second Amendment. That's the problem. That's the problem right there.
That's true. That's true. Yep.
What's up, Nicole? Good to see you here. Cash says, I'm in Cali. God bless you. Hotep, Jesus. What up, man? Good to see you around here, man.
Hey, yo, if you can, you got to come out to Hotep weekend in August, yo.
What's that
going to be? Good time, yo. Vegas.
Oh, Vegas?
Yeah, we had a good time last year. This is our second year going to do it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Shit, I'm gonna see what's up there.
It's dope. Yeah, come on out if you can, yo. It's a good time.
You hit me up privately about that, man. We're gonna put something together.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, sir. Good to see my man here. In Jersey, the NYers are buying houses at 1 to 200K above asking right
Yep.
now. Ugh.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
BlackRock driving them prices up, and they buying all the land.
Yo, that is insane, man. So where do you think it's gonna go from here with the property, bruh?
I don't know, yo. And my grandfather, he been saying this shit a long time. He said, "You better get your land while you can, because they ain't making no more." You know what I mean? And I'm just like, and I was like, damn, what should I listen to him? You know what I mean? But it's getting crazy. Like, I don't even like they've been calling me for my house, and I'm like, and they've been offering me some crazy money, right? And I'm like tempted, but I'm like, yo, where the fuck we gonna move at?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they offering people that type of money everywhere.
Yeah, they trying
I'm
to
like,
get
yo,
you up out of there.
Yeah, I'm like, no, we're gonna stay put. You know what I mean? For right now. But I don't know. I think they trying to make a class of renters, yo. It's a part of that whole Agenda 2030. It's a
You
part
will
of
own
Great
nothing.
Reset. You'll own nothing and be happy.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
That's what they want. They want Medicare for all. They want cars for all. They want housing for all. What people don't understand is, on paper, looks great until you speak out against the government. Then you realize you're in a social credit program.
They shut you off. Yep.
They shut you off like some fucking Divergent shit or some Hunger Game shit. You know what I mean? Now you out there with the lepers and all them other people. You know what I mean? Like look at China right now. China is 98% cashless.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They're already on the social credit. You know, could you imagine trying to go buy a house because you got the means, you ready to buy your house, you all pumped, you go to the people, and they like, okay, you got your, your 750, all right, but you said some fucked up shit about President Biden. You've been red flagged in our system. Sorry, we can't give you that loan.
Yep.
And people think that's far-fetched, but look what happened to Alex Jones. He can't bank nowhere in America.
That's crazy, and that's facts. And then the same thing that happened up in Canada too.
Yeah.
What happened with Canada when all them truckers was
the
out
Freedom
there?
Convoy, they shut down their fucking insurance because the insurance is state run. They shut their insurance down. Look at the gun manufacturers. Certain banks won't let them bank with them because the government says so. Social credit here. It's here. You know what I mean? And like I told people all the time, for better or worse, if you didn't like Donnie T, you didn't like Donnie T. But he fucked their timeline up.
Yeah, he did 100%. He pushed that shit back. They were supposed to have that new world order shit popping by now.
That shit was popping right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he pushed their timeline back.
Yeah.
And now they scrambling to get back on track. You know what I mean? They about to start. Look, baby formula. You can go to any store in Baltimore right now and try to find some baby formula. Ain't happening. Right? They got a shortage. They about to have a chicken shortage because some chicken virus going around allegedly.
Well, check that out. Here's the thing about the chicken virus and all that stuff. A lot of that stuff that's being taken out of production was crap anyway. If you go to places like farmers markets, and I literally go to farmers markets every weekend, bro. There's an abundance of food. Like, yo, this whole food shortage shit is not true at all. It's false as hell. You can literally go in. They have a whole bin. I'm gonna show you where to go at, but they have a whole bin full of meat. They're trying to get rid of meat. They got so much stuff.
Yeah, and that's because they remember they was trying to get people to call their animals. They was about to start euthanizing the animals because they didn't have enough people buying the meat. And you got these farmers markets. I know you're talking about where they're selling this stuff, right? But you're looking at like Tyson's and all of them, Purdue. You feel me? The average person ain't going to the fucking farmers market. They going to fucking Aldi's. They going to Shoppers and getting their food, and the shit ain't there. And if it's there, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg. And we see the prices going up. Canned chicken, canned chicken breast, like $1.75. That shit was like 50 cents a can. You know what I mean? And it's getting to that point where they want it like that, because remember in the Green New Deal, what AOC say that they want to get rid of cows because they was fucking the atmosphere or some shit like the methane gas or some bullshit. You feel me? Then they wanted to be fossil fuel free by what they say 2025.
Yep. Part of
2022 now. Now we see gas going through the roof. See, people don't understand that inflation is just an imaginary, not imaginary, it's an invisible tax. Is what it is. They call it shock testing, y'all.
Yep.
So for example, right, let's take the gas crisis of 2008. Remember back in the day, we was out there on the streets. 2008 gas was like, I don't know, $1.95 or some shit like that. Gas, then we had a recession. Gas go from $1.95 to $2.50. We like, damn.
We thought that was high.
We thought that shit was high. Then that shit go from $2.50. Then that shit go from $2.50 up to $2.75, and from $2.75 to $3. And remember, they was having on like the radio stations and shit, where it was like where you can get it was a segment where you can get the cheapest gas.
Yep.
That shit almost hit $4. Niggas lost their minds.
Yep.
And what they do? They dropped that shit back to $3. Everybody like, oh, thank God. Thank God. Whew, I couldn't pay that $4.
Yep.
Gas was just $1.95.
Right.
They blamed it on inflation.
Mhm.
It was all by design to raise the prices on stuff. So don't get it twisted. The shit happening overseas in the Ukraine might got a little something to do, but it don't. It don't. This shit is done by design.
Okay.
In order for you to have a reset, you got to fuck shit up first.
Mm-hmm.
You got to crash the system first to have a reset. And that's what they're trying to do.
Yep.
That's what they're trying to do.
Everything you just said, I 100% agree with. And I'm going to add on to the fact that that dude Elon Musk is the Antichrist, man. I'm telling you.
Bro, he's Skynet, yo. I see it all the time.
Yo,
Elon
that
Musk
dude right there, he's coming out speaking against everything people been saying for a long time. Like, yo, y'all should be able to say whatever y'all want to say, such and such. You shouldn't be able to do this. Why? I demand to see the list of people on the the Ghislaine Maxwell trial.
Yeah.
I demand to see the list, declassify the list or whatever. Like, yo, this is all too convenient to me, man.
Yeah, and some people look at it, he's just a rich dude swinging his dick. And then some people looking at like, yo, what's the agenda behind y'all? Because we already know Tesla is subsidized by the gov.
Yep.
We already know that.
Well, how about he didn't even create Tesla? You hear that?
No,
we
he
talked
didn't create
about
that
last
shit.
week.
I don't think so either. I don't know. Because some of these people, I think they just figureheads. Like Jack Dorsey. I think Jack Dorsey was just the motherfucker they said was in charge or made Twitter. I don't think he was the actual one. Bill Gates, his father helped found Planned Parenthood with Margaret Sanger. He gave her the money. He founded fucking Starbucks. People don't know that shit. And some other shit. You know what I mean? I think Bill Gates' mother worked for some federal agency. Something like that.
Both his parents was they was in. Yeah.
That shit was put in his lap.
Oh yeah. All of them.
Same thing with Zuckerberg. Put in his lap.
Yep.
That shit was internet was created by DARPA. A lot of that shit was created by DARPA. And they just put them as the figurehead saying they did it and all this other bullshit. And now they got people think, oh, these guys are the greatest minds in the world. No, they're not. No, they're not. They are not the greatest minds in the world. They're just the fucking puppet they put in charge of that place to say, hey, it's all, we're going to pretend this shit's start and stop with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Because guess what? We call them the redacted.
Yeah.
The redacted, they don't want to be seen out in the light. They operate behind the curtain.
Mm-hmm. Pulling the strings
on Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey and what's his motherfucking name? Amazon. That motherfucker. You know what I mean? They pull those strings.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's all done by design. Order through chaos. Hegelian dialectic. That's what it is.
There you go.
They create the problem, then they create the solution to the problem that they created.
Boom.
That's what it is.
Oh man, he belonged to channel, yo. We talk about this every week. Facts, yo. Man, let's catch it. I know you got to go in a minute, man. So let me get a few more of these comments real quick, and then I want to shout you out to make sure people go subscribe to your channel. Where we at? Zakiba, what up, man? Good to see you here. Prop says Libra codes write the proper words at the proper time, and the Constitution will be respected. Okay. If you don't learn the private side, you're done in less than 2.5 years.
It's true. He's right about that. Yep. He's right about that.
Ben stopped eating mutated birds and meat. Yeah, 100%. Facts. Eat to live. 2 green peppers cost $7.99 out here in New York. That's Damn. Organic, natural. Woo!
Jeez.
Ouch. While people think Trump's spending what Obama did in half the time didn't inflate, reset back to 1776 and the Fed. We need to go back to the gold standard, really. But, I mean, I'll be honest with you though, man. Like this is just like I've been saying, bro. Ain't nothing stopping people from grabbing a bunch of gold. Just like the natives did, man. They got to take a bunch of them together. They grabbed some property, created a trust, signed a deal with the United States, basically, where they got a separate jurisdiction and they govern themselves literally. And they're not bothered for the most. Same thing for the Amish. Y'all think the Amish gonna be affected by all this shit? No.
Fuck no.
Right, yo.
And to be fair on this statement, Donnie T, because I don't know if the algorithms try to kick that shit. So I call nigga Donnie T.
Facts.
They unleashed the fucking plague on this nigga. So he had to spend as much as he did. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. On top of that, when I would watch the hearings on, the budget and shit like that, they was they was planning to shut the government down, putting all these people out of their jobs and some more shit. It was a war of attrition at that point. He was never going to win that. So he had to sign that shit, Just it's like to look at it at a 30,000 foot view. Did he spend half? He spent what Obama did in half the time? Yeah, he did. But they forced him to do that. They forced that man to do that. Well, it was going to be again, creating a problem that they wanted to be able to fix. Just like they did with the base. They created this shit. And now all of a sudden, what you see Bill Gates now talking about, oh, well, fuck, it wasn't as bad as we thought it was. Now it just looked like it just affected old people and people with compromised immune systems. 2.5 years later, you see vitamin D trending on Twitter. I saw that shit yesterday, yo. Word. Vitamin D was trending on Twitter, yo. It's a viable way to help combat this shit.
And what were they saying the whole time?
They was shutting us up for saying that
right.
shit. I got videos taken down for saying that shit.
Vitamin D, yeah.
Bro. And you know what I mean? But that's it. They control it. The redact, they good at that brand, and they good at their what they do. You know what I mean? They got the control of the media. They got control of the influencers. You know what I mean? They can push whatever narrative they want.
Well, shit, man.
You got midterms coming up.
Midterms coming up. Yeah.
Watch for the fuckery.
Watch for the fuckery. You hear about Kevin Samuels dying, man? Word on the street is my man took the Pope.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I call it the round trip with the layover. Heard he had all three.
Yeah.
On top of that, I heard he was like a cancer survivor, and he had some, so that
he issues already.
Yeah, so even taking that, he had issues with that shit. Although I think he went out like a lot of us, like I said today on Twitter, I said, yo, Kevin Samuels went out on top, literally.
Hell yeah.
He died busting somebody down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But regardless, and I told people, I'm like, yo, it could have taken him out of here. I mean, it's people, I know people who got taken out of here because they took that shit.
Mm-hmm.
People in my
same
family.
Here. Yeah. I was just on Facebook the other day, man, and I saw this chick was like her friend had died or something like that. And I just scrolled through her timeline or whatever, and I saw, basically they was talking about the Pope. You know what I mean? They was happy they took the I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you get that, you know what I mean, in your system, you might not make it. And that's the thing, and now Pfizer came with the 80,000 pages now.
Ooh, they came out already?
Yeah, they out. I ain't had a chance to look thugh them all. Ooh. I saw the 9 pages of side effects.
Oh my gosh.
My 9 pages was, bro, it was so many autoimmune shits in that motherfucker, including herpes.
And look, hey man, STDs, all that stuff, bro. Like I've been telling people, do not be out there touching people that took the Pope. Y'all should not be out there touching. The first question you ask somebody should be, have you taken the Pope? That's the first question you should be asking somebody. Mm-hmm. Y'all out there playing around, y'all better watch out, man, because I'm telling you, there's unknown effects to these pokes.
And they ain't gonna know for the next 5 to 6 years.
Nope. It's gonna take a while to see the results, but we slowly starting to see celebrities falling off. People you went to school with, man. It ain't a game out here, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Like they said, K Slade, they say died from the base, but I don't know if he if he had the jab. Yeah, K Slade died like 2 weeks ago.
They said X did too. DMX.
Yeah. See, I don't know if K Slade had the though. But it's a lot of that shit going on out there, man. And they said Kev, they said he had all 3. Yeah. Did I watch his stuff? I saw like clips and stuff here and there. I might have watched a few segments here and there. I could take him or leave it. I didn't need his advice. You know what I mean? Only people that was attracted to Kevin Samuels was simps and arrogant ass women who thought they was going to go on his show and tell him off, and they got their fucking feelings hurt because a lot of the shit he was saying. So like I said, yo, matter of fact, I was on Hotep Jesus and shit, and I was like, yo, he was holding a mirror to these people. You know what I mean? Because social media tells you, you feel me? Like you'll have a bunch of simps in your fucking mentions. Girl, you fine. They'll turn a 6 into a 10 real fast.
Oh my gosh, I seen it happen, dude.
You know what I mean?
I seen it happen.
And so when they get on his show and they went, oh, so what you do for a living? oh, I sell bundles or some shit like that. And he like, what the fuck? How's that supposed to attract the
Right.
man? How many kids you got? 3? How old is you? 40? How much you weigh? 230?
275.
Right. You know what I mean? And then he was just giving it to him raw because he ain't had no skin in the game. He wasn't trying to fuck him. So he told him the truth.
Yeah.
And they didn't like that. And like I said, like whether you like him or not, whether the women that he was arguing, because he went after the dudes just as hard as he went after the women.
Oh my gosh, I've seen a few
He
of the
was
joints.
brutal on the
He went after the
guys,
dudes.
yo.
Yep. Dude, I work
But-
at GameStop. What? Get your
Yeah.
bum ass off my phone.
Right. Yo, and that's the thing. And people never seen it because it wasn't sexy enough to make the internet. They want to see
Yeah.
him argue with women.
That's what got the ratings. The women get
The
put in
women.
place.
And I'm like, yo, a lot of those people, because yo, they was talking real greasy on, like, they was praising his death, son. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like backhanded, like rest in peace shits. But I'm like, yo, a lot of these women, whether they hated him after that conversation or they took something away, they all took something away from that conversation.
Mhm.
All of them. Whether they disagree with him or what I guarantee he changed somebody's, every person he talked to, I guarantee he made them change something about themselves. Because in retrospect, they probably look back at it like, shit, he right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you got all these girls, yeah, he died when he after over 35 and he wasn't married or whatever. And I'm like, what about you? Where your ring?
Right.
Where your fiance?
What your husband got to say about that? Like he used to say.
Right. How many baby fathers you got? Why can you keep none of them?
Yeah.
Why you butt naked damn near on your Instagram? You think some guy gonna think that's wife material, or you just gonna be fun for the weekend? You know what I mean? Like he was just giving it to you, giving unadulterated, raw truth to them women, and they did not like that shit, bro. Yeah. You know, so like I said, I would watch them in segments from time to time. I would catch some shit, but I could take it or leave it. I don't need it. But he found a grift, and his grift just so happened to be pissing off arrogant bitches. Is what his grift was. And he found a lane and he exploited that shit. He was like the new age Tommy Sotomayor, a little more elegant with it.
Yeah.
That's it. But you know, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, show, because
Absolutely.
that's a hell of a way to go. I mean, if I'm going out, I'm going out. He literally went out busting a girl. Like they said he died on top of her. Like I'm like, God damn.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, what can I say, man? You know, facts.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. How much longer you got? You got time or?
I got like another 5 minutes.
Bet. All right, bet. Let me get some of these comments. Dan says, "Whoa to Elon. All right, I drive a Benz Coupe 93 Premium to fill my tank. Cost me about $1.20.
Yeah.
Ugh. See, that's what you got to get the daily. You got to get the daily to push around. You can't be whipping your Benz around on the daily. You got to get a little Toyota Camry or something like that. You know what I mean? Or a little Toyota
Metro.
Corolla. You can't always be fly. Sometimes you got to push the beater car, man. You know, let the beater car take the lumps. I'm about to buy a horse cheaper than to feed that car. Yeah. We can't go back to the gold standard. There is no mechanism to pay the corporate debt until it's paid. No gold standard here.
Shit, fuck that corporate
debt.
debt.
Tell you something. That's what I'm about. What you say?
So fuck that corporate debt. Come get it.
Exactly. Like, listen. Actually, technically, the debt is actually owed to the creditors, which is us.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Because when you are actually the surety for the debt.
Yep.
They ask, well, what is the dollar backed by? It's backed by the
your
faith
labor.
and credit of the nation. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's backed by you going to work and paying taxes and you funding all kinds of shit you don't even know about. You know what I mean? That's what it's built on. So you are the surety for the debt, which makes you, at the end of the day, they're trying to make you the debtor, but you're actually the creditor, because without you, that can't exist.
And that's why you got Social Security cards.
Boom.
That's a fucking account number.
Yep.
So
there you go. Just watch 2,000 Mules.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of that. That shit. I mean, I don't need to watch it because I was already on that shit when it was going down. But it's cool to see the perspective from Dinesh D'Souza. But I was already on that shit. I put that shit together back in like July 2020. What the fuck was going down? The minute I heard mail-ins, I was like, "Oh, that's how they gonna do it."
Oh, mail-in, hell yeah! I mean, shit. When has mail-ins ever been a good idea? Is my point.
Fucking penny savers. They mailing motherfuckers out like penny savers. You know what I mean? I was like, as soon as I heard that shit, I said, "Oh, that's how they gonna do it."
Yep.
Everybody thought I was fucking crazy. And people calling me the next day like, "Yo, how you know?" I said, "They telegraphed their punches, yo. Y'all niggas gonna see that?"
Exactly. They always tell you what they're gonna do before they do it.
Yeah.
They don't hide nothing. Everything's on the front line for you to know.
Yep.
It's part of the black magic they practice or what have you. It's got to be
All day.
deception. They have to tell you first in order for the illusion to continue to work.
Exactly.
Twitter sets the trends for the world now.
That's true.
Facts. LOL, round trip with the layover. Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty creative, man.
It was kicking niggas off of YouTube. I had to figure some shit out.
The Poke Donnie T pushed through in record time, right? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And people's like, and I told people like, yo, it's like, but I'm like, what y'all expect him to do? Like they wanted it, he did it. It was like when it was with him, he was like, it's your choice to take the shit if you want it.
It was an option.
It was an option. With everybody else, they was like, no, fuck that. Get down or lay down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The same ones that said they wouldn't take it because he created it. The same motherfuckers that was shoving that shit down your throats.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like, listen, I kind
Faking
of
the
feel
funk
like
in the beginning.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we won that shit though. Not won, but we kind of got the best of them with that on that end because they had to end all that mandate shit because a lot of times people were getting those teachers' bond numbers and those officials' bond numbers, and they were starting to take it to them in that aspect with those children in them schools. So I think the resistance pushed them back. And like you said, they are behind schedule and they panicking. There's a certain timeline things have to be in place for.
Yep.
Donald Trump was definitely a setback. Distraction, pay attention to what's going on in reality and not these acting out events.
Exactly.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, look, I know my man Canon Hotep has to go. Please, if you guys can, jump on YouTube. If you're already on here, you can go ahead and scroll down and hit the search button and search in Canon YouTube. Please search him up and follow my man, subscribe to my man. I'll turn it over to you, Canon.
Yeah, Canon Hotep on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. I'm even on Truth Social now. Everything Canon Hotep. Come through, check out my catalog. I'm sure you guys will like it. All I do is see shit at a 30,000 foot view and tell you what I think about it.
Same thing we do here, man. So truth seekers and truth speakers got to stay together alike and support each other, man. So please give my man some subscribes, give him some views, go holler at him. I tune into his channel too. Have the convo, man. Convo needs to be had. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. I appreciate that.
Salute, bro. Holla at you.
No doubt. All right, yeah. So that was my man Canon Hotep, man. Good dude. I know this dude for a minute, man. We used to be out there crazy in them streets. Hey, you know what I'm talking about. But let me see here. Tony says, strap up this summer, about to get really real. They're trying to bring back the stop and frisk law in New York. You can have New York, bro. New York and California is crazy, y'all. That is crazy. Yes, subscribe. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you for tuning in. Absolutely. And we ain't done yet, though, man. We ain't done yet, though. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'll drop the link in here, and we can drop some more knowledge on them. And there's the link if y'all want to hop in, express your thoughts, feelings, concerns, or anything you might have saw that I may have missed, or if there's anything I said that you took concern to. There's the link. Hop in and drop bars. But man, I tell you, dude, it's a lot going on, man, as usual. But you got to keep your eyes open to see everything and absorb everything that's happening. That whole Brad, what is that? Not Brad Pitt. What is his name? Johnny Depp and his girlfriend in court. That is one of the most fake. That is worse than the that trial is actually worse than the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. That is the fakest, most goddamn painfully expressed trial I've ever seen in my life. That thing is so fake. Everything about that trial is completely fake, man. It just doesn't even look real. Like the lady, I don't even know what his girlfriend's name was, but she literally posed for the freaking camera while she was on the stand. Like, she was like, she had a normal face, and then she took a tissue and she wiped her face or wiped her nose, and she stood there for like this for like a good 10 seconds. I counted. She was like, and then she just kept moving. In live time, I'm like, yo, is she posing for? And then camera flashes and stuff happened while she had the tissue over her nose. I'm like, oh, what are you doing here? This is supposed to be a trial. First of all, why the fuck are cameras in here? That's the first giveaway. There's cameras in this courtroom. Y'all wouldn't allow cameras in the Ghislaine Maxwell case. You know what I mean? Like, shit is fake, man. It's goddamn fake as hell. Freedom isn't free unless you buy it. But there would be nothing going on if no one watched TV. Yeah, that's true. Yep, that is true, man. I agree with that 1,000%. Yeah, the more you perpetuate the bullshit and buy into it, the more it's gonna come out, man. But yeah, my man said he thinks it's gonna be more of this black on black crime to push the agenda for the 2A. He said the white boys shooting shit up wasn't key. That wasn't good enough. So they're ready to try to take it to the indigenous people, trying to say it's our fault. How y'all feel about that, man? Y'all think that's gonna be an issue? I know, yeah, they starting to shine the spotlight on a lot of let's say niggerish activity, so to speak, or nigger synthesis, like the Boondock calls it. They call it what is it, nigger synthesis, when a bunch of black people get together for a stupid ass purpose and shit. They call it nigger synthesis. Remember how TV was in the 80s? Yes, I do. I tell you what, in the 80s, man, television was crazy, bro. Like, yo, some of those ads we used to see on television, man, those anti-drug PSAs and stuff like that. That shit was some of that stuff. I'm surprised it even made it to television. It was so crazy. Like, bro, like the one like this is your brain on drugs when they would smash the egg in the skillet and the chick would be spazzing out. That would never see the light of day to day on any television. That was crazy. The snake one I shared on my channel a while back with the snake, the guy that was walking past all the crowds and the people, and every time he walked past somebody, his face transformed. That was crazy. That was the worst one to me when I was younger. That was wild, and there's a couple other ones that were wild too. There was the one that the guy was like, the kid was like, I want to be an astronaut when I grow up, and they showed a kid running, and there was another kid was like, I want to be a basketball player when I grow up, and there's another girl said, I want to be a teacher when I grow up, and then the guy was like, nobody ever said I want to be a junkie when I grow up, and they just saw a police hand reach out and grab this dude by his jacket. Yo, that was disturbing as fuck. Like, goddamn, man. That Dare program was a waste of freaking money. I think that was Jeff Sessions, wasn't it? His fucking crooked ass. It was Jeff Sessions, yeah, the director of the I think it was the FBI. I think at that time. At that time was it wasn't the FBI. He was director of something else. But yeah, it was Jeff Sessions basically. I think that was behind it. Winners don't use drugs or something like that. Remember, you would play an arcade back in the day. You would get on like Street Fighter 2. Everybody remembers Street Fighter 2 back in the day, and it was like and then it would have like a little blue screen or whatever, and it would say winners don't use drugs, and it had Jeff Sessions and the Dare program for drugs. That was a waste of money. Like they made it worse with that shit. Yo, wait a minute. So if I sniff this, I'll feel high. Why did not you tell me this any sooner? Like they made it worse. Like, what are you doing, bro? How about don't tell anybody anything? But no, I mean the whole drug thing, man. And then what's crazy to me is, with the whole marijuana thing, bro. You literally had a situation where people were selling weed and getting locked up for that shit, bro. Doing hella years in prison for like a bag of individually wrapped weed. They get a kingpin charge. I think here in Maryland, a kingpin charge is like 21 bags or 20 bags or something individually wrapped. You get hit with a kingpin charge for that shit. Hella years, right? But check this out. Now, all these years later, they got motherfuckers who live in the fucking mountains up in New York or something like that and got a mansion or something that own dispensaries all through the goddamn city. That's selling it medically. That's making hella money off of this shit legally. That's crazy to me, though. Like, what? So hold on. So you mean to tell me Lil Brian down the street, you know what I mean, got hemmed up for selling all that herb and had to do goddamn 7-8 years, fuck this his record up and all that stuff, and y'all just move in, opening up dispensaries, selling more than he's ever even touched in his lifetime, and making more money than he's ever even touched in his lifetime legally, and y'all get government kickbacks for this shit. Like, what? That is crazy, man. And this is the type of society and the type of government we live in, man, because it's basically all about influence and money. That's what it comes down to, man. 100%. You see the meme with the Dare Lion and how many kids he let down? Yeah, yo, I saw that shit. The Dare Lion. Yo, that lion was crazy. I actually still have one of my Dare books, believe it or not, from when I was in 6th grade. I got an odd habit of keeping shit, like certain stuff from the past. I'll just still have it for some reason. I just don't want to throw it away. not a hoarder or nothing like that, but I'll have like random shit. Like for instance, that Dare book. I still got the Dare book from when I was in 6th grade. But dude, I was a goofball when I was younger because I would draw on that bitch. Like, yo, we didn't take that shit serious at all because we know it was stupid as shit. I almost feel like when I was in school, my sixth sense or whatever it was instinctively tuned me out from a lot of the stupid shit they were trying to teach me because I knew it was propaganda or bullshit subconsciously. That's what I kind of feel like. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of people that graduated top of their class that went ahead and took that poke. You know, you're supposed to be you're supposed to have a college degree and all this other stuff, and you went ahead and took that poke. That's crazy to me. This is your brain on drugs. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, yeah. The lady with the pot, she had the pot, and she was like, "This is your brain." She put an egg on the pot. And she said, "This is your brain on drugs." And she would crack the egg open, and she would turn the pot on. Shh. And then one of them said, "Any questions?" And then the next one was like, "This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs." And they're like, "It's not over yet." Then she took a pot, was like, "This is your family." Then she knocked over like a bunch of shit out the kitchen. Like, "This is your dream. This is your husband or wife or whatever. This is all your dreams out the window." Like, she just kept fucking shit up. That was crazy. Yo, god damn. Uh, and when they said drugs, they didn't even specify because they would call marijuana a drug, in which case, and like stuff like mushrooms and shit and psychedelics and all that. A lot of that shit opens your third eye. But I'll make the argument that back then it was, mostly about suppressing that shit, your third eye and shit, not letting you. They don't want you to be able to use that bitch for no other purposes. They want you to just see what's in front of you and accept it for what it is. Don't be opening your third eye. Don't be practicing nothing like. Don't do none of that shit. But that's what it was back then. They were in control of that frequency. A man said, "Facts. They're growing a lot of weed up here in Dutchess County." Hell yeah, I believe that shit 100%. It's hard to find seeded weed. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's another thing too. A lot of this shit they sell is chem weed. That shit ain't even real, like that's like 100% organic weed. That shit been stepped on so many times. You probably inhaling fucking Roundup and a whole bunch of other shit in that stuff, man. That crap is bad for you. That stuff you buy from the dispensaries is crap, bro. You know what I mean? It's stepped on. They've been selling legal weed up here since 2019. I believe it 100%. And making bank off of that shit too. My son is 41. He was written down in a book every day what he did each day for all these years. He started when he was 12. Oh, interesting. That's fire. Damn, that's dope, yo. So he could pass that on to his ancestors, man. Like he might mess around and have like great 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 grandkids that still got great 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 granddad's his journal, man. That's dope. Hey, that's another thing I want to tell y'all too. Listen, start documenting, all right, everything that's going on, okay? And I'm talking about the pandemic. I'm talking about how life was before the pandemic. Start writing that shit down because what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to twist that history. So the more of us actually document what's happening and what's been going on and what we've seen and stuff like that and what we had to go through, write that shit in like a journal or something, yo, and pass that shit down to your ancestors so there's no question. If we got enough ancestors to pass their journals down, the truth can't be erased because they're able to read what actually happened and see it. And I'm talking about all the stuff that we do, man. You know what I mean? Because you gone by that point. So whatever you done, make sure you write that shit down in the journal and pass that, man. Because they're gonna try. What they'll do is they'll release different educational books and they'll say, everybody was took the jab and such like that. When we know for a fact that's not the case. You know what I mean? So yeah, make sure you do that. Make sure you create a journal. Solid. Don't do no app. Don't do no damn what is it? Thumb drive. Don't do none of that stuff. Write it down on paper the old-fashioned way. Write it down on paper. Everything you have learned and you have done. I don't care how long it takes you. Take your time. Document what's going on and pass it down to your relatives, bro, because they're going to try to twist that history in news and media, classes and stuff like that. They not going to tell none of this shit. They ain't going to tell about the parents who went in there and got them bar numbers. Make sure y'all document that shit because this is all crucial parts of history that will be left out. History is his story. Remember that, yo. So tell your story to your ancestors. Create like a scrapbook. Also take pictures too. Go back to creating get all this digital shit, yo. Go back to actually taking pictures and printing them up or something like that. Take the old school pictures, man. Take the old school pictures and put them joints in like a some kind of big ass composition book or something, or big binder or something like that. Pass it down and leave space for them too, so they can add their stuff for their ancestors. Because that's one thing I wish I had, bro. I really wish I had my ancestors' information. You can go get death certificates and all that too, which that's important for them to be put in there also. Um, go ahead and create that. Put all that stuff in there, man, and make sure you pass it down and leave space for them too, because all that stuff is crucial, man. Once the memories are gone, you wish you could pass it down to your ancestors, but they got to start fresh because you didn't leave them anything. You know what I mean? That's why they sell it crushed. Yep. I'm trying to find the Toad 5 MEO. What the hell is that? I download videos, PDFs, and web pages I find because they keep scrubbing the internet. Yeah, like I'm gonna tell you, look, like it might be a situation where certain things might not even have an outlet port. Like, let's say, for instance, somebody has a T-Mobile Sidekick from 2007 or something like that. You put them in a time machine and bring them to 2030. They ain't even gonna be able to find a charger port for that bitch. They can't even get that bad boy charged to see what's on it. Take it back to the good old fashioned handwriting, just like they erased, they took cursive out of the curriculum for the children. Same thing. They deleting parts of history, bro. It's a whole generation of children that don't know how to write in cursive now. Prime example. That's the best thing I've heard anyone say. Write down and pass that down. Yes, indeed. Do that shit. I'm going to Mississippi to find out about my ancestors. Do that. Do that. Do that. Cornell is DMT A6. What are you talking about, bro? I know about. Oh, you talking about the DMT, the joint Joe Rogan always talking about. I ain't never messed with none of that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Only thing I ever did was like I did some weed when I was younger and shit, but I ain't really messed with the DMT or nothing like that, man. Because from our culture, the way we was raised in indigenous culture or quote unquote black people, we ain't really mess with none of that other stuff. We really mess with and don't be an asshole and say crack because you're a dickhead if you were thinking that. Fuck you, fuck you, man. But no, the weed and stuff like that's all we really would like for the most part mess with. You know what I mean? But some people jump out there, but for the most part, we just kept it simple. Yeah. 5-MeO DMT toad, Are you talking about the DMT joint? Licking toads and shit, the hallucinogenics. I never really messed with any of that stuff, to be honest with you, though. I ain't gonna cap. Think about the things we put on VHS. That's another thing too, yo. Like the VHS. I literally got VHSs of me when I was a young boy playing with my father and shit like that. And there's no way for people after us to be able to watch that shit. That's crazy, bro. Save the VCR then. Like if you got VHSs of you and your family, go buy yourself a VCR and just preserve that bad boy, man. That way, when you gone, they'll know how to put the joint in there and how to press play and watch it. You know what I mean? No, the connections and stuff is different now though. They might got converter cables though, so it literally ain't no excuse. Exactly. Peace pipe. Yeah, that's what that's what the indigenous used to do too. Maybe we lost touch with our indigenous roots because I think the indigenous people used to smoke that DMT shit, right? When they used to talk to the ancestors and stuff. I mean, shit, the indigenous used to believe that the animals were the ancestors and that they were the spirits, like the trees and the hawks and the owls and stuff like that. They mess around and take a hit of DMT and go talk to an owl. Shit, owls are supposed to represent wisdom, unless you're talking about Moloch, which is a whole goddamn different thing. But you know, it's a whole nother argument there. But yeah, the indigenous man, they did a whole lot of stuff that we've lost track of just because yeah, that's what it is, the spirit guide. Yeah, it was supposed to be wisdom or wise or something like that, I think, for the owl, but spirit guide makes sense. But yeah, there's a whole lot of ways that were lost over time, man. And the reason for that being is because these are the things that can guide us through dark moments, man. Dark times where we think, everything's over, just like the 2020, man. I tell you what, bro, I was actually depressed in 2020 at one point because I saw what was happening and I could not get anybody else to see it. That's a scary feeling, yo. When you know what's about to happen and everybody doesn't see it, And they just like, yo, you panicking for no reason. Like, no, man, no, you don't get what's about to happen, yo. I'm trying to tell you what's about to happen and you're not listening. That's the worst. We talk about that all the time, but the spirit guides and stuff like that, man. Just being in the right place mentally, man. You going through a tough time, just being able to keep yourself at a higher realm of consciousness, man. That's crucial. It's crucial, man. Absolutely. But yeah, man. The indigenous, they had a whole lot of tricks, man. Not to mention, they knew what a lot of these plants that we see every day can do. Dandelions can be used for a tea that basically takes care of your heart condition. You know what I mean? I literally have a book over there with old ways and stuff that were lost. That pretty much all like roots and stuff like that you see on a regular basis, um, plants and things of that nature. They literally can be used for, like, you literally see these plants all the time and don't think nothing of it. They might even call them weeds and stuff like that. But yo, these things can be used to heal you in different ways, man. Facts, they say you crazy. That's the worst, yo. Like that's the worst, man. That's the worst. That's the worst. I hate that shit, man. Because like, yo, I actually care about you people. I care about you people. I'm trying to protect you. But you don't want to hear that, man. You just want to be stuck in your ways. Ugh, it was crazy. I was watching this one video, man. I wish I could find that video. Because I actually had, hold on, I'm going to see if I can find it because I want you guys to look at this video. But there's a video, this guy was saying something interesting about souls and there being a finite amount of souls in this realm. And he was saying that there's a tree. Hold on, I got to find this. He was saying there's a tree that actually, it basically, it grows the souls, but there's only but so many it can emit per the realm. And then once those amount of souls are too many people on Earth or whatever like that, once there's too many souls, new souls can't be made. You got people born without souls, which are basically just portals. Which is probably why a lot of these mofos took that poke, because they just do whatever the fuck they told. They don't think critically. That would make sense, honestly. I gotta find this shit though. Hold on. I tried to, sometimes I try to share stuff to my email so I can show you guys, and they'll be wanting me to show you because I'll go back and look for that joint, and that shit'll just be empty. I'm telling you, man. It's a big campaign to keep people ignorant. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna find this motherfucker. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Yeah, I might have to find it, man. I hate the fact that I can't find it right now. I don't like that at all. The gifts of the prophets were hated and typically slandered. Yep, that's true right there. That's true. I don't even consider myself a prophet, though. I just consider myself a person who likes to think for real, or a man who likes to think, basically. I tried to talk to so many people out of that jail. Listen, man, you ain't alone, bro. You ain't alone, man. You are not alone, man. Ain't no job on this motherfucking earth worth you taking that shit, putting that shit in your body. I don't give a fuck what it is. F that. Cornell says they don't want to be saved. Yes, it's a cold world. Yep. Can't save the world, man. That reminds me of the Scarface lyric. He said, I often wish that I could save everyone, but I'm a dreamer. Like, that was the realest shit I ever heard Scarface say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, it is what it is, though, man. At the end of the day, bro, you gotta let it be what it is. You can't drag yourself down. My father once told me, man, never try to figure out why people think the way they do. All right, because trying to figure out why people think the way they do and why if they think crazy or something like that, trying to figure it out will make you crazy too. You know what I mean? So just let it rock, man. If people are doing what they do, let it rock. Let it rock out, man. You gotta let people rock. You can't force that to it. My father and I have not spoke for a year because he took the jab and called me a fool. And when I die, he will. Woof. I'm not even gonna say that shit out loud. Man, I'm sorry you had to go through that, Tony. That's some bullshit, man. I'm sorry you had to go through that, my man. That's foul, man. And God forbid it be a situation where something happened, or like I'm gonna take you out of it. God forbid it happened to be a situation with one of them, that we cared so much for and try to talk them out of. God forbid it's a situation where they got to be taken care of because they're in a vegetative state and we got to take care of them. You know what I mean? And then they got to deal with the guilt of having to be a burden for not listening or trying to shame you for trying to tell them. You know what I mean? That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. You know, that's some crazy shit going on out there, man. But yo, that's like you said, cold world, man. Cold world, 100%. Sorry they had to go through that, Tony. That's some bullshit. Tell you what, man. That's why I tell you, you guys, you know, the beating we take out there in the public, man, for trying to help people, the beating we take out there psychologically, bro, we need these conversations. We need to have these conversations, man, because yo, you just take consecutive beat down, yo, you're fucking around and just be a recluse and don't talk to nobody. You know, these conversations we able to come here and have with each other, man, and just get it off our chest. This is therapy for us, man. You know, because like at the end of the day, you know, just being able to talk about it with people who are like-minded is a great thing. It's a great thing, man. I tell you. But yeah, the family, man, we would never do that or say that to you, Tony. You one of us, man. You like a brother to us, bro. We all in the same tribe, man. The tribe of truth. Tribe of truth, man. But yeah, if any of y'all had to go through that, man, you know, family members and stuff like that, you know, friends outcasting you, lambasting you, you know, putting you through some bullshit because you actually do research and you don't want to just lay down and take an L. You know, if any of y'all going through that, yo, I sincerely, wholeheartedly apologize for everybody because they don't know what they doing, yo. They don't, and I swear if they knew, they wouldn't be doing what they do. But yo, they don't know the extent of what they're doing and what their actions are, man. So it ain't up to you to judge them, you know. But the only thing you can try to do is help them. If they don't take your hand when you extend it, put it back in your pocket, man. My son took it. Oh my gosh. Thinking in the back of my mind, one day I'll get that call. Hope he gets this. Hope he got the salt water. Yeah, yeah. There's supposed to be every so often. Some people are supposed to have gotten a saline shot. You know, when they put out some kind of thing like that, it's got to be a saline shot put out with it, basically a placebo. So, you know, whew, that's deep. I couldn't imagine, bro. I'm sorry you had to go through that, Bill. That's heavy on your mind, man. I'm 44 with a 17-year-old daughter. I just take it one day at a time. I got a kidney transplant in 2018. I can't risk this organ. I still have to teach my daughter. There you go. That's your reason to stay around, bro. You know, you keep that. You got the mindset of a soldier, man. That's what's up. Keep pushing, man, because we got to teach these. We got to teach the youngins, man, because we ain't had nobody to teach us. We basically moved off of instinct. You know, maybe some of us were lucky enough to have somebody that told them stuff like this, but you know, the fact that we're the enlightened, it's our job to try to share that light with other people. To try to put them on game, put them down, you know, make sure they know what's up because you know, we want people to prosper just like us. But that is the burden we've been given, man. The fact that we actually care about people. You know, it don't matter what color you are. You could be quote unquote black, quote unquote white, quote unquote native, quote unquote Indian, quote unquote Chinese, you know, Korean, whatever. It don't matter what lineage you come from, bro. A free thinker is a free thinker. You know, that's what bonds us. That's the bond that keeps us. The fact that we like to think. Make sure I ain't missed none of these comments. I think I'm caught up. Yeah, I think it was interesting though. The whole Donnie T thing, the whole Trump thing. I'm gonna go ahead and just say the whole Trump thing. Uh, it was interesting because you know you got a lot of people that support him, but yo, he was the one to put that shit out, and it was like, yeah, well, he had to. Like at the end of the day, man, you know, it is what it is. But fuck, God, you can give people an option. But me personally, I look at it like this. You know, you was a part of that shit. You know, if you launched it, you got the wheels moving on it, you know, I look at you as partially responsible. So nah, I don't see Trump as a savior or nothing like that. I never seen any politician, quote unquote, or mofo that's in a politician's position as a savior. I don't even see that, man. I don't see it like that at all. I just see, you know, what I see in front of me, what makes sense, and I basically differentiate between fact and fiction as best as I can. You know, that's what it is. That's what you're all supposed to do, though. Man, that's deep. That's deep. Sunday nights on here is like my sanctuary. I appreciate you, bro. Yes, sir. Thank you for tuning in, man. Like, you got anybody else that's on the same wavelength as we are, man, please have them tune in, bro, because I love the input. Love to have people on here talking, man. Everybody, yeah, hit the like button. It's 25 of us in here, man. Can I get 25 likes out of y'all? If y'all want to hit that collection pot for the ministries, do that too. It's the collection pots down there. I'd appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, but yeah, it's all a whole bunch of you know, don't let it get you down, man. Because I swear, bro, this is all just an illusion, bro. And you just gotta master it. But we doing it though, man. We doing it. Everybody's still making moves. We maintaining. We ain't know when 2020 rolled around. We was uncertain. We ain't know what was gonna happen. But yo, we still here. We still here. So the spirits favor us, man. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna drop this invite in here one more time, and then at that point, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the night. People who leave my radar at this point is like, bye, yeah, yeah. Because I'm gonna tell you, the truth is gonna drive the false away from you. The truth is gonna drive the false away from you. So anybody who's living in falsehoods, they ain't gonna be able to withstand your truth. If you're being righteous and everything like that, and you doing what you can do, and you trying to, move that way, anybody who's not moving that way, they're gonna pretty much be moved out of your way for you. You ain't even gonna have to really say nothing. You tell them what the truth is, they can accept it or keep it pushing. And that's the time we gotta be on. We ain't got time to be wasting energy yet. We got enough energy to expend. We ain't got time to be wasting it. When we need to rest, we need to rest. Make sure y'all get enough sleep too, because the stuff we got to carry in our minds, man, all the stuff that's going on, we need to get at least 8 hours of sleep because we constantly got an app running in the background on our in our brains for real with the app of truth. We always analyzing every damn thing. We always, anytime somebody says something, we checking for triple and double meanings. We looking at their actions to see if it matches what they say. You know what I mean? We doing all this stuff. So you gotta make sure you get plenty of rest, drink a lot of water. Put some water in your body. Eat whatever you need to eat to make sure you sustain, depending on your body type. There's different body types, different diets for body types. Make sure you find out what fits and works for you. Get out there and work out. Work up that little sweat. Get them toxins out of your body that you're breathing in every day. Work it like that. Read as much as you can. Go for that, and then take breaks too, man. Don't try to cram your brain with information because you'll overload yourself. Sometimes you got to take a break from it. That's one thing I had to take time to do. Too much going on to care at this point. We got to save ourselves. That's that. I mean, that's that too. you know, I say this much. This is what I will say. All right. Um, I will say this, and I've been saying this for a while now. People who ask questions, the right questions, you offer them that red and blue pill. Don't try to force nobody to take the red and blue pill because they're gonna slap both pills on the ground. You know, anybody who's asking the right questions, offer them some information, give them a little bit and see if they bite. If they bite, give them a little bit more. And then they say, hold on, how you know all this? Well, it's interesting you asked, sir. Please walk this way. You know what I mean? That's how you got to do them. Yeah, that's hard for me. My mind run too much. Yeah, but that's the way we were built, man. We inquisitive, you know what I mean? Inquisitive. Tony, thank you so much for the donation, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anybody else wants to donate, please, you feel free to do so. Every bit counts and every bit helps. Yes, sir. But man, this is a great conversation, man. So much great information again shared here. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys and hearing your points of view. Um, Alex says, learn to quiet your mind with meditation, practice sitting still, journal your thoughts to release them, tap into those gospels and spiritual texts. I like that a lot. And also, I do mini meditations too. Sometimes I'll literally go into like a state of like just if I'm like, let's say I got a little bit of free time, I don't got time to sit there and meditate and whatever like that. I might have like 10 minutes to spare. I might just sit there and just visualize, man. It'll look like I'm staring into space and I'm visualizing, working my mind, letting my mind roam or what have you, and like mini meditation. And then, 10 minutes is up, I'll go do something else or whatever like that. But that'll work 100%. I literally don't know. Anyone around me that's into this. Yeah, but again, this is the burden we run into, man. The fact that The knowledge is that's why Morpheus told Neo, once you take this pill and you start to learn this knowledge, you can't turn back. Yeah, it ain't no going back to being regular after you learn all this shit. How you gonna do that? You can't. Now you see everything for what it is and the truth for what it is, and now you can't return to the state you were at before. That's why you got to make sure you're very careful about which pill you swallow. You swallow that blue pill, hey, you just continue believing everything's what it is and just go on and just be a op or whatever like that. But otherwise, you learn this truth, man. You can't go back to being ignorant. That's done. It says it's Gemini, it's in my nature. It says an Aquarius. We love knowledge and truth. Yes, sir. Facts. Hitting them books, man. Hitting the my man Tony, that dude stay in the book. Every time I hit Tony up, he got a book in his hand. I'm telling you, yo. This dude stays on the books, man. You can't take this dude away from the books. He always got a book in his hand. That's how you should be, though. You should either be doing books, but I tell people, look, if you can't do books, don't panic, because you can do the audio books. Audio books is cool too. If you are, let's say you drive trucks for your living, right? You ain't got time to be doing like this with a book in your hand. Nah, yo, F that. Put that audio book on your speakers, whatever, man. Get yourself a little snack, yo, and just hit the road and just listen while you ride, man. Because you'd be surprised how much you can take in while you subconsciously listen. That'll work too. There are 8 kids in my family. Half took the jab, the other half is awake. Ugh. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. At least you can say half of them is awakened, man. Because some people can't even say that. Some people like, yo, I got 4 kids, they all took it. I know somebody like that. I got 4 kids, they all took it. That whole bloodline, bro. That's heavy. Find out your rising sign. That's who you really are. Facts. Let's look into that. Yes, sir. Yeah, me personally, I'm an Aries. The rising, I think it's a Cancer rising or something like that, I believe. But yeah, that's me. So, but yeah, I know they switched the signs and stuff around at one point. From what I heard, anyway, they was like, "Yo, the signs is irrelevant because they added 2 more signs or something." Confusing. My only sibling and the whole family took it. So you and your lady, the only 2 who didn't. Damn. And then your children, of course. Me and my brother got you. I got you. That's crazy. Yeah, man. I was, my peoples took that joint, man. Mom and dad both took it. So I was like, shit. Yep. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta accept everything for what it is, man, and just pray for the best. Yes, sir. So look, man. Great conversation we had tonight, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. She says I'm a Taurus sun and Scorpio rising. Okay, that's what's up. Man said I ain't fuck with it. It is crazy, yes, sir. But yeah, great conversation, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. We had my man Hotep Jesus actually dropped through. Thank you so much for tuning in, Hotep. I know you was in the shadows. My man was lurking in the rafters like Sting and shit. Like, if y'all don't know who Hotep Jesus is, he's a big dog in this conscious community. So it's so great to have him tune in. But my man was hanging out in the rafters like Sting and shit in WCW. You see the leather coat and the baseball bat in his hand with the white face paint. You're standing over there looking and shit. Like, okay, I respect it. My man Cannon Hotep also was on here too. Shout out to Cannon Hotep. Go, please, if you're interested, go subscribe to Cannon Hotep's channel and go follow him on Instagram also. We will be making another link. I might make an appearance on his channel too. Me and him are going to be talking privately more too, so we'll get acquainted of everything that's happening around both our communities, so we're both on the same target. So yeah, man, thank you guys for tuning in, man. It is A6, the Foreign National Born Natural, live and direct, live in effect. We will be here the same time next Sunday. And by the way, I will be dropping, I know I've been saying it the last 3 weeks, I finally found some beats I'm gonna be able to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll be doing like a little 15-minute video, and I'll just be talking throughout the whole thing. It will be pre-recorded, so there won't be any engaging back and forth here. So yeah, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. I'm gonna holler at you guys on the next go round. Peace.